do nas z Hiszpanii, z Basque Country. Cześć Xavier, witamy Cię tutaj bardzo gorąco.
Też mamy, fajnie kochamy miliony.
Okay. Xavier przybył tutaj z Hiszpanii. Xavier to ekspert finansowy, to założyciel Agro Delicio i dzisiaj Państwu zaproponuję i pokażę, w co warto zainwestować w najbliższej przyszłości. Przedstawię również Państwu obecną sytuację ekonomiczną na świecie. Porozmawiamy sobie na temat inwestycji, jakie obecnie, w co obecnie możemy zainwestować. Porozmawiamy sobie na temat metali szlachetnych, porozmawiamy sobie na temat indeksów światowych. Także porozmawiamy na temat inflacji i potencjalnej hiperinflacji. Co to jest, to już Xavier Państwu opowie. Ja z Xavierem będę rozmawiał po angielsku, także za chwilkę przełączymy się na angielski, ale tłumaczenie Xaviera będzie cały czas widoczne na pasku poniżej, także się nie przejmujcie. Okay, Xavi, so we can start. Yes, thank you. I am very glad that you came to Poland, especially to me, because we know each other for a long time, so thanks a lot. You found the time to meet me here in Wrocław, in Poland. Thank you. So let's start. Xavier, can you tell us about the current situation in the world and what is your investment proposal for this time?
It's a pleasure to be here, and I think that this is the right time to hedge against inflation. The reason why is because governments are already printing a lot of money, will continue to print more money. The reason behind that is that we are over leveraged right now. Even before coronavirus we were in a very bad shape economically. We will see unemployment rates, we will see GDP going down, and the solution from the government will be to rescue the companies. Companies will start to fight, people will protest that they don't want to lose the job, so the government will go for helping the people, yes. But this is not the help actually. What they will do is they will create the hyperinflation by all this money that they will print, that eventually it will arrive, let's say, in the consumer goods. How to protect yourself against the inflation or hyperinflation? I believe that one of the best ways is to invest in precious metals. Gold, silver, they are still very cheap. Even we have almost $23 per ounce of silver, almost $1,900 per ounce of gold. I believe that this is still cheap price. Another possibilities that we have, for example, it can be land, depending on which country you live. The land is very illiquid asset, so it's going to be not so fast for selling it. Depending on in which country you live, it could be a good investment, but it depends a lot on the government also, which kind of taxes we'll have, wealth taxes, and I think that these are the best investments right now.
Okay. What do you think about silver, Xavier? Because now lots of people ask me about silver, that we have top already or not. What kind of the top price you are expecting?
It's hard to say for me the top price. Okay, we are right now in 23. I consider this is still very cheap. I do not know if it will go to 1,000, 2,000. I don't know. It depends how the geopolitical, let's say, situation will develop, and I cannot give you a price in this moment. I think that we need to see monthly, weekly, how it's evolving, how is the situation in the world, how much money they are printing, how far they want to go with this hyperinflation way that they already chosen. And it will depend, but for sure I think we'll see in like 3 digits at least.
Do you expect any correction, silver now?
It's hard to bet, okay? I see big potential. So it's hard to advise to somebody to get out of this, let's say, train. But I see that it could be right now a small correction, I don't know, in the following days, weeks, and then we could have a, let's say, a new, even better opportunity to buy more silver.
Okay.
I do not advise to sell it, okay? Just to buy more, if there is a correction.
What about gold?
Gold is in 1900, and I think it's a very good investment. I prefer silver in this moment for one reason. There is one thing that is called gold-silver ratio, and about March, April, it reached the 120 ratio. So with 120 ounces of silver, we were able to buy 1 ounce of gold. It was one of the historical highs, and I believe that it will come down to 20-30. So with 20-30 ounces of silver, we'll be able to buy 1 ounce of gold. So both of them are going higher. I believe that silver is a better choice.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Xabier, what do you think about cryptocurrencies and the real estate and bonds? What do you do about that?
I see that many people is bullish still in cryptocurrencies. I said that there will be hyperinflation because government will print the currencies. At the end, the currencies, they lay on the confidence of the people. As soon as the confidence is falling down, the currencies will fall down. What is different in gold and silver, for example, in the land? The difference is that they have intrinsic value. You can make things with silver. You can make electronics, you can make dentistry stuff with gold also. So regardless of the monetary function that they could have, they also have the intrinsic value. With cryptocurrencies, for me, it looks something similar to the currencies. They do not have the, let's say, intrinsic value. People says that the supply is limited, and that's why it's as good as precious metals. But for me not, because even the supply is limited of, for example, Bitcoin, the supply of the cryptocurrencies is not limited. So we can have infinite amount of cryptocurrencies. So at the end of the day, I believe that is the same. So I do not advise the cryptocurrencies. About real estate, I think it's a little bit more complicated. It depends always in the country also. But I see that we are still in a huge real estate bubble, that it will collapse all around the world. The prices will come down, for sure in gold terms. And what will at this moment?
Is there any chance to reverse this hyperinflation?
There is always the chance, new hack. Because we can make the quantitative tightening instead of the quantitative easing. We can reduce the national debt by cutting the expensive, the public expenses, the public services. We can really go to the concept of capitalism to let the free market work, and then I believe that this road of hyperinflation can be avoided. But this road is very painful, and I believe that our politicians are not honest enough to take us through this path. They would prefer to lie, to say that we can have all the free stuff we want, that they will give us, they will print the money, but at the end of the day, it will be a disaster, and as always happens, they will blame somebody else. It will be the Chinese, it will be the USA, it will be like blaming each other, but the blame, I think the ones to blame are the politician itself, that they are not honest enough to say us what's going on. And I do not want to only blame politicians. I think we as citizens, we have the governments that are the mirror of the society. So we as the citizens, we have the wrong concept also about how the economy works. We think there is the general belief that government supports the people, but actually it's opposite. The people is the one supporting the government. Yeah, so for your question, the answer again, I think is the capitalism, the real capitalism we need to apply.
This is my next question about the markets, the global indexes.
Yeah.
What's your forecast about that? About the
Yeah.
American main index like S&P, Nasdaq? What about the European indexes like DAX or the Polish market and the Spanish market? What is your forecasting about that?
I do not advise to invest directly in the
So
indexes.
If people Is good time to invest the money into the market now, into the global indexes?
Not to the global indexes, because I believe that the crash is coming. They will go down. I believe that it's better to pick individual stocks. And yeah, that's my take. on the indexes.
Which stocks do you recommend?
I recommend mainly the ones related with the precious metals mining, refineries also, maybe some food stocks, mainly in the emerging markets also.
Xavier, this is my almost the last questions. What about the deflation? When deflation ends, so it's a good time to buy stocks?
I believe that, for example, for indexes not, and for many of the stocks neither also. What is going to happen is that markets will start to go up in currency terms. But I think what we need to start measuring now is the indexes against the gold, for example. There is something that I like that is called, for example, the Dow Jones against the ounces of gold. And in the last 100 years, we say that every 50 years, the ratio has gone to 1-to-1 almost. In the 30s and in the 80s, I believe. And I think that the Dow Jones is going back to 1-to-1 ratio. So the bottom I'm looking is that one, against the gold. Against the currencies will go up, but it doesn't mean that you will be making money, because the currency is going down, not the market up. So yeah, my take is that we need to start measuring in gold terms, in real money. And this is my, let's say, what I have in mind.
Xavier, I'm very interested about the speculation about the third world. I wrote lots of articles which are placed on my webpage, Jaka. And do you know probably the Baba Wanga, Uber, Krzysztof Jackowski, the Polish forecaster? All of them say that the second war is coming. Yeah, so probably it happens in 2020, this year. So what do you think about that? This is like the joke, or just it's something is in that?
I hope it's not coming, but I believe that if there is a time, it could be this one. Just look in the past. If you want to see how it's going to be the future, just look to the past. Last time we had the World War, it was in the 30s, after the Great Depression, after the hyperinflation in the Weimar Germany Republic. Let's say that the Third World War or Second World War was started. I believe that we are going to similar conditions with a very big crash, with hyperinflation, with the stagflation. People will be protesting. I think we are misguided by the politicians. I think there is some other power behind the politicians also that are, let's say, manipulating the society.
So, dziękujemy Xavierowi za wizytę w dzisiejszym odcinku. Mam nadzieję, że jeszcze niejednokrotnie Xavier będzie udzielał nam przyszłych wskazówek i rad właśnie w tej sytuacji na świecie. Mam nadzieję, że bawiliście się dobrze. Oczywiście Xavier uczy się polskiego, powiedział mi to, że uczy się, ale w tej chwili jest na poziomie basic, dlatego dzisiejszy odcinek odbył się w całości w języku angielskim. Także dziękuję Państwu za uwagę i do następnego razu. Dziękuję.